Hi. Okay. You guys, this is why I have to have all of these blankets all over my couches, because my Dobermans, they're cuddlers, and we love to just cuddle together, and they're monsters, and they make a mess of my couches. And my couches are this beautiful burnt orange, which you can't see because they're covered up in these ugly blankets. But you know what? We would rather cuddle than not. So that's what we do. And wow, I'm just really getting present to the post-workout hair. Whatever, let's dive in. Okay. We've got Henry here. Henry's my big boy. Henry is 4. There's Kev. Kevin is 8 months of pure puppy, and we love him. All right. So I'm going to answer Rebecca's question today. Now, Rebecca asked, when your manifestations and money start increasing quickly, or you are on the verge of a quantum leap and jumping timelines, how do you hold that energy and not worry about messing something up? So I love this question. In other words, what she's asking is like, when things are starting to go really well, maybe you've got your first client, you've had your first 10K month, you're in a new relationship, you got a new job offer. Oh my God. Like I said, pure puppy. Not only did he bite me as he's chewing his toy because he just doesn't know any better, but you got me really good. I love you. So when things are going really well, how do we keep that momentum going? How do we not that up, right? Okay, so how have I done that? I can definitely relate to this question. Like years ago, I remember when I moved my business online and I got my first client, I had this thought. It was like, can I do this again? But $1 million plus later, it's like, yeah, you can fucking do this again. Right? So how do I do that? When things are going really well in my life, how do I hold that energy? Now I'm going to take it like, how do we not only hold that energy, but how do we actually expand it so that we're moving into more and we're calling in more? And I don't know what's going on with these shorts, feel like there's a lot going on today. It's like, let's go. Kev, you can't see him, but he's chewing a toy at my feet. When you are experiencing really great things coming into your life, the more that you can actually recognize, focus on, and almost expect that this is just the new normal for you, the more it becomes the new normal for you. It's kind of like, okay, think about, have you ever gotten into a relationship and you're like, this is too good to be true. I don't want to mess this up. Like, what if this is so good? Like, what if this doesn't last? Like, all of a sudden, it's like we have something really great. And rather than be like, this is a fuck yes for me through and through, and you're just excited about all of these potentials. A lot of times what people do if they've experienced trauma where there's a lot of lack or loss or things don't go their way, or maybe they have this story playing in the background where it's like, nothing ever works out for me. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Like whatever that story in the background is that's playing. If that's the case, then they will focus on all of the what ifs and what could go wrong rather than like, look at what is here. So this is the whole conversation of how people will find lack when there's so much freaking abundance. It's like if somebody goes to a restaurant and there's everything on the menu and they're like, I just don't want to eat here. Like, listen, I'm all about like you do you, but I just want you to get present to how there's so much abundance. Truly, if you were to take a moment and be like, let me just look at everything I've created up until this point, you're gonna like hurt me if you accidentally bite me, which you've already done. So let's take this toy. Let's take that toy over there. He's gonna come back to me because that's what they do. So rather than looking for what's not gonna go well or what could go wrong, because here's the thing, there are infinite potentials. So yeah, something could definitely go wrong. However, everything could go really freaking right. Like what if everything that is coming into your life is here to stay? And not only is it here to stay, but it's here to multiply. That's a potential too, right? So it's like, for me, the way in which I have grown my business and increased all the things that I desire to increase. Like last year I believe I traveled every month. I was on an airplane, Mexico, I mean, Colorado, Texas, Ireland, Tennessee. Like I was everywhere. I think I went to Tulum 3 times last year. Like, so it wasn't like, oh, I've traveled once. What if I can't do this again? It was like, oh, hell no. Once you got a taste, like you want more if you love it. So for me, I focus on not only what I love and what I'm grateful for, but like, what else am I creating? That, are you just, okay, you want to just lean on me a little more? That's fine. That's what we do. So if you really want to maintain what you have, but also increase it and experience more, then you have to focus on the more, and you have to focus on your excitement around what's already here. It is like we literally have to reprogram ourselves to stop being negative and going to worst case scenario. Now, the reason we do that, what do you need, boo? You gonna sit down? I love you. Look how big his face is. He's a big Dobie. He's a European Doberman, and they're much bigger. Yes. Kevin is European as well, but he's still the puppy. The reason that we tend to focus on worst case scenario, or we go, this is really great, like this came into my life, but the reason we do that is because we are wired to survive. Like we are wired to keep ourselves safe. This is why most people will not follow their intuition, because though you have this like literal gut pull to do something, you're like, but what if, right? Now, let me go down the list of like what could go wrong. Now I'm going to talk myself out of my intuitive yes. It's okay. It's common. This is what people do. But for myself, since you've asked, the way that I have continued to grow my success is by not only trusting my intuition and moving with it, but focusing on what it is that I desire. And like, go read this book again. By the way, if you don't have my book, Rich Bitch Money Goals, go get the book. Go get the book. If you don't have it, you need to go get the book. Wow, you really destroyed this toy. Raggedy, Raggedy Ann. Oh my God, I totally lost what I was going to say. There's a chapter in here, holding the energy. Which one? I feel like every chapter in some way, shape, or form is speaking to this. Whatever, it'll come back to me. But actually, let me just look through. Oh, that's what I was saying. Wow. See, maybe I shouldn't have the dogs out. Wow, because they're hella distracting. Okay, if I'm being honest. Cut. We're not going to cut the video. It doesn't matter. It's in here somewhere. Oh, that's what it was. The car, the Escalade that I wanted, right? Like I wasn't going maybe, but not, like, I don't know. I kind of want to have it. Like it was just constant focus on what I wanted. I wanted the freaking Escalade. Like I wanted the car. Not only did I want it, this is hella, like for real annoying. Not only did I want it, but I wanted it custom build, and I wanted the certain leather interior. And so like that was my focus. I could have gone, this is a time right now where like getting cars is difficult. There's massive back orders. Like I could have focused on all of those things, but instead I focused on my highest excitement, and my highest excitement was getting the car. And so how can you constantly focus on your highest excitement? What is your highest excitement? And anytime you catch yourself going into worst case scenarios or what ifs, how can you pull yourself back in? And so I was talking about how the reason that we tend to focus on worst case scenarios is because we are wired to survive. And so with that, it's like if you're prepared for the worst freaking outcome, then you have a better chance at survival. And so this is why people can tend to be negative, but it's a pattern. Like it's habitual. If you can't stop it, if you're just a negative person, then you're addicted to certain hormones that are caused by whatever negativity or negative emotions or low frequency, low vibrations are being generated by your thoughts, right? And so you have to shift. We have to take our attention off of what we don't want and put it on what we do. And so for me, I'm also just in a place of I literally trust so fully that everything I desire, it's like the what you seek is seeking you. We'll just say that, right? Because we know that what you seek is seeking you. But do you believe that? And what is it that you're seeking? What are you actually putting your attention on? So if you want to take the manifestations that are coming your way and not only sustain them, but grow them and evolve them, it's like, How can you stretch that muscle of trust within yourself that everything you desire is not only on its way, it's actually just a matter of you becoming a frequency match to it. And you becoming a frequency match to success, or more money, or a business that you freaking love, or the car, the house, the relationship, the ring, the marriage, the car you want to buy your parents, I don't know, whatever it is that you want, you have to be a frequency match to call that in. So it's not that it's actually separate from you. It's about shifting your energy to be an energetic match to it. And anytime we go into a place of what if and doubt and fear, that's just not the fear is not the frequency match to the Escalade in the driveway. Right? That's a totally different frequency. And so how you do that is you constantly put yourself back into highest excitement, focus on the vision. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So if you're focusing on the things that you want, you're going to start to grow that. And soon enough, you're going to become the frequency match to it, because you can't, it's like, that's universal law. It's just a matter of time. So go back and read the book.